Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like black Americans are next? They really thought that black Americans are immigrants. And that explains why they voted the way they voted. They tried to get us up out of here. But I gotta say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously. Because black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between black and white that they're white adjacent, when that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money, trillions of dollars, in painting black people as the bad guys. That's the default, to even get rid of black Americans, as sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as black Americans. They're not cosplaying as black Americans to trick us black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
Man, listen, I don't know if y'all seen that video, right, where this Mexican guy was like, well, how come they're not deporting black folks? Why black folks are not getting arrested and all this extra shit, right? And I just think that video was kind of funny because obviously this guy don't know the history of America. Obviously he don't. And ICE would have no reason to deport black folks simply because a lot of us that are actually citizens of America, we were born here. We've been here since day one. This is actually our home and our land. We would not have a reason to be deported anywhere else. Like that, it makes no sense. Like seriously, these folks is really crashing out and blaming black folks because ICE ain't bothering us. Like that's crazy to me. Like y'all need to handle y'all business. Don't put the blame on us because we ain't doing shit. Like for real, bro. Like y'all mad because y'all in the country illegal and they trying to get y'all ass back to where the fuck y'all came from. But y'all up put blaming the shit on black folks. Like we doing some shit to y'all. This is a prime example why we need to stay out of this bullshit. Let them folks handle their own business and we just sit back and relax. Because obviously this is not our fight anyway.
So some Latinos and Asians, they are angry and confused that black Americans cannot be deported, and that they are asking them that they should unite with them and help fight ICE, or else they'll be in line next to be deported. And this shows how most immigrants in America, they don't know about the American history. So in this video, we are going to discuss why black Americans cannot be deported. So let's get to see the reactions, then you come back with more commentary. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing so you never miss any update from my videos. Let's dive into it.
Black Americans are not immigrants. We all understand that, right? We were here before America became America. My ancestors were here. I'm like 13 generations American on both sides of my family. I am foundational to this country. My people fought in every single war. My blood is in this soil. Everything that makes America America is because of Black American people. We are America. Why then do immigrants keep trying to drag us into their story? We do not have an immigrant story. We have an American story. Okay? Listen to this Somali leader drag us into the immigrant situation.
But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is blasted by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, Black Americans from the South, Hmong and Vietnamese, Liberians and East Africans and Latin Americans. This embrace of new culture is one of our greatest strengths.
Do you see? Do you see how she listed us with people from other countries and said that we also were coming from another country, and also said that we were bringing a new culture. We are the culture of this country. You see what I'm talking about? This is what is making me like, are we being for real right now? Stop. All these immigrants are in trouble with this new administration. They want to drag Black Americans into this situation. Well, we don't have anything to do with this. We don't have a thing to do with this. Okay? Like, this is really starting to be, it's like, I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone right now. They obviously don't know. Or she did know. She said that Black Americans from the South. The South ain't another country? Like, are we, like, let's be so for real.
So now people are trying to say that Black Americans are immigrants. Black Americans are the only people in the U.S. besides Native Americans that are not considered immigrants. Europeans, Asians, Latinos all came here to the United States voluntarily, whereas Black Americans came here by force. In order to be considered an immigrant, you have to take action and moving to another country. Black Americans did not take action. We were forced. That's why we call ourselves foundational Black Americans, right next to Native Americans. Black Americans have been here in this country since the 1600s, a lot longer than a lot of white American families that you see today.
Trying to scare tactic Black people that if they don't stand in unison with Mexicans and immigrants in this deportation, that we're next. Next how? That's how, y'all be talking about, well, we don't know the history about. Y'all don't know the history. We are citizens of this country that were brought over here forcibly by our ancestors, brought over here forcibly centuries ago. Our blood is in this soil. There is no next. There's no deporting us. There's no rounding us up. Like, what are you talking about? We not in the same boat. This ain't the same thing. ICE ain't looking for us. You hear me? Thank you.
Hear me out. I want you to hear me out. So, you remember people kept saying, but you guys, what are you going to do when you guys are next? When Black people are next? Because after us, what are you going to do? Because they're going to be after you. So you are that unaware about what's been going on in the Black community for centuries that you think that we haven't been suppressed, oppressed. Are you kidding me? That blows my mind. And you expect me to run to want to help you? Our babies been getting snatched up out our arms. Our houses been getting burnt up. Our fathers been getting killed. Our mothers been getting raped. We been getting charged with stuff we didn't do. Kids been getting snatched up and locked up for crimes they did not commit. So when you see me say, I'm stepping back, this y'all fight, y'all got it, I sincerely mean it. I'm resting and I'm raising my children. That's what y'all did. And you still don't get it. Crazy.
During slavery times, who were the ones who worked the fields? And if immigrants are taking those jobs, and now the immigrants aren't here to do those jobs, and now you can't get a higher education, who does he expect to go work the fields? So should you also be worried and stand up for everything that's happening? Should the Black and brown join forces?
First of all, ma'am, we have always been the target. We are the first target. And we never remove ourselves from being targeted. See, we used to being targeted. You understand? See, we couldn't play footsies with white supremacy. See, we couldn't put white on our census. We are FBAs, period. That's number one. Number two, about jobs. Black people do any job. Trust me, I know. But the difference is Black people are going to be paid the right salary. Black people are not going to go to no field and pick no fruits and don't get paid for it. That's backbreaking work. The Latino community in America would be just fine if every last one of them was deported. You're talking about the ones who are illegal. Because not everybody in the Hispanic community are illegal. That's just bottom line, right? But you're saying about us joining together. Ma'am, we tried. We tried for years, even to the point that we were looking stupid saying Black and brown. That's how much we wanted a unification with Black and brown as a collective of people. We've said Black and brown need to join together because if we together, we can literally run this country. Because between the Black community and the Hispanic community, man, we can really do a lot of headway. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, we deal with discrimination, you know, and all that. So we can relate. But no, ma'am, you need to do the research into LULAC and how they didn't even want to be classified as Mexican. They want to be classified as white. That's the big problem in your community, ma'am. Also, LULAC said about unifying with black people, when they had a chance to unify with black people, they said that they did not. That Felix Tiarina guy from LULAC, he said he did not want to unify with black people. Let black people fight their own problems, fight their own issues. I don't want nothing to do with them. I ain't trying to join with them. This is what people that lead your community, and LULAC is still in existence today.
It's very sad that one thing that every race have in common is disliking black people. That's the one thing that every freaking race have in common is disliking us. But another thing they have in common is using us for our money and our sympathy and empathy. Because blacks, let me set y'all straight. Y'all feel sorry for people too fast and too much and at the wrong time. Y'all always, because I see some of y'all saying that the things that we saying we shouldn't be saying. Stop feeling sorry for people and stop letting them use your religion against you. Stop letting them use that God that they gave you against you. That's so weird to me. Y'all don't understand that the empathy and sympathy that y'all do have is been programmed. This is why you wind up feeling sorry for your enemies half the time, bruh. This is why you wind up feeling sorry for people that will not go into bed for you at all, not one time, not one bit. You wind up feeling sorry for people that wouldn't do for you that you would do for them. So you start turning on your own people. The one thing those other races do have in common, they stick together no matter right or wrong or indifferent. They will stick together. But they'll find something weak in us, which is a lot, to make us turn on each other, okay, and start saying, yeah, well, y'all shouldn't be saying that about them people. I feel bad. Yes, we feel bad that it's happening. But you think we about to go in front line because we feel bad? Baby, it take a little bit more feeling bad than for me to get up out there. So at the end of the day, if we're next, we sitting there, we understanding what we need to do, huh? We ready. Be blessed.
It seems like other, deeply melanated black people are really, really fucking upset that black American citizens exist. Like ones that were actually born here that have a lineage here. Like I keep seeing videos of them saying, oh, you're next. And shouts out to Leo. I saw his video where he was responding to, I'm guessing she was a Caribbean, saying your president doesn't like you. Y'all gonna be back picking cotton. He was gonna get y'all out of here next. And it's like, he literally said that we built this country. He literally said that the birthright citizenship was for the descendants of slaves. Chattel slavery. Y'all are so butthurt that we cannot be deported. Then they were like, oh, because when it's time for y'all to get out of here, y'all ain't gonna have nowhere to go. Get out of where? Where they gonna send me? Georgia? South Carolina? Y'all do know that a lot of us literally still to this day own land in this country. And the ones of us that don't know that we do, we're taking the proper steps and we're going through the proper channels to reclaim our ancestors' land. Y'all maybe y'all don't know that, but it's so ignorant to keep assuming that we are all immigrants. Y'all are really jealous that we can't be deported anywhere. Y'all are really, really jealous. It's envy at this point, because what else is it? We don't do anything to you people. Nothing. We welcomed y'all. And it seems to be backfiring that we all thought that we were all one just because we share the same hue of complexion. And I know I'm continuously making the same types of videos, but it's like, I keep seeing y'all making these videos talking about y'all, and then y'all always trying to attack slavery. Y'all always trying to attack as if on the Caribbean. Child, I could get into so much that's going on y'all's islands and in y'all's countries to this day in 2025. Y'all are just so fucking envious. Then it was this girl that was like, oh, if everybody has an issue with black Americans, then maybe it's black Americans. If everybody doesn't like you. No, that's not true. Because we literally do not start. We do not do anything to anybody. We've literally welcomed everybody that came to this country. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Like I saw a girl saying Brooklyn belongs to the Caribbeans now. New York belongs to the Caribbeans. And it's like, we still exist out there. And the reason why y'all were able to successfully migrate and set up shop is because we supported y'all. We thought we were all kinfolk. I've had plenty of Caribbean friends to this day that I love and I've supported. I've supported businesses. I've patronized restaurant shops and everything while y'all just literally, not all of y'all, but some of y'all just have this disdain, this hatred for us for no reason. And I think it's really envy that we cannot be deported. There's this deep-seated envy, like a hatred, because we are American. And a lot of y'all fight and strive so much to come here when we were born here. And yes, we've had our hardships and our struggles, and we still fighting and we still thriving. But we are a very, very successful group of Black people in the world globally. Our impact, the things that we've innovated, our inventions, the things that we've created, it's undeniable. Ain't nobody really fucking with us like that. Even the poorest of us that live in the hoods, if we compare our hoods to y'all's hoods, there's no fucking comparison. Y'all always want to compare y'all top 10% to our bottom 10. Let's go apples for apples. Living in a hood here is not even a marker to how much you make these days. It's very expensive to live in urban communities, especially in a tri-state in 2025. So that's not even a socio-economic marker anymore. But anyways, I'm just tired of, leave us alone. Hang it up.
What's going on, people? I want to briefly talk about all of this nonsense from migrants just saying to Black Americans, your time is coming too. You wait. One day it's going to be your turn. In other words, to be deported. How's that going to happen? And where would they deport Black Americans to? Now, you could say, oh, they're going to deport you back to Africa. We've never been to Africa. We have no connections to Africa. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, wake up one morning and the Iceman is knocking on the door, breaking the door down, saying, okay, get up. We deporting you. You going back to Africa, right? And we're like, Africa? I ain't never been to no Africa. Who's in Africa? What part of Africa am I going to? Yeah, you going to send me back to the continent? What country in Africa am I going to? We just going to send you back to Africa because that's where you from. You got family. Who my family in Africa? Where am I going to live in Africa? I don't know nobody in Africa. You just going to just send me back to a place that I ain't never been before? Now you see how stupid that sounds.
Black Americans are not immigrants. They are not in the USA on visas, green cards, or even temporary protection. They are the foundational people of the United States. Most African Americans, they are the descendants of the Africans who are forcibly kidnapped, trafficked, and enslaved in what became the United States long before modern immigration laws even existed. They did not cross borders seeking opportunity. The borders were built around them. So when people ask, why can Black Americans be deported? The question should be, deported to where? Because Africa is not a country, you know? They do not have citizenship in Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, or any other African countries. Their ancestry in the US goes back 400 years, longer than many European immigrant groups. So Black Americans are not protected because of privilege. They are protected because their ancestors paid the highest price even to be recognized as citizens of the United States. Their ancestors were stolen, not invited, forced to build a nation that they were never meant to benefit from, you know? They cleared the land, they built the roads, they worked the fields, and laid the economic foundation of the United States without wages, without rights, and without freedom. And even after slavery, Black Americans were still trapped under the Jim Crow laws, segregation, lynching, redlining, mass incarceration, and systematic exclusion. And still they remained because America was still their home. So their history was rewritten, their contributions was erased, and their suffering minimized. And that's why you see most immigrants, they are being taught to distance themselves from black Americans, you see, to see proximity to whiteness as safety, to believe that anti-blackness would protect them. But our history has shown us again and again that anti-blackness has never saved anyone from state violence. The same systems that excluded black Americans are now the same systems now targeting immigrants. And that's why black Americans want the immigrants about aligning to whiteness, about voting for the system that we're going to target them. Because they know exactly how the system works, So black Americans cannot be deported because the USA is legally, historically, and morally their nation. So if immigrants want some true unity comes from understanding each other's history and fighting systems without erasing them. And that comes with respect, education, and accountability. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.